Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have another booktube video for you today. I'm going to talk about the books that are on my to-be-read shelf. I have a lot here. Some of them are books that I have been meaning to read for years. Some of them are brand new. This is definitely an incomplete list. My to-be-read list will continue to grow. So maybe in a couple months I'll give an update on more books that I will collect more books between now and later. Without further ado, let's talk about my to-be-read list / shelf for 2019. I would love to read the Lord of the Rings series. I have this beautiful, very dusty, because I haven't read them yet, box set. I love the movies. I love the Lord of the Rings. I tried to read The Fellowship of the Ring. I think I might have been 8 or 9. Way too young to attempt to read a book of that high of level. I really want to read them, but I know that they're really dense. I'm a little intimidated, but I think I can do it. I'm pretty sure they're also available on Kindle, which is helpful for me because I like to take my Kindle to work, so then during my lunch I can read. Being able to have the physical copy at home and then read, on the go without worrying about damaging my books is nice. The next 3 are by Orson Scott Card, my favorite author of all time. 2 are more instructional. When I went to his signing in November, he talked about this book called Characters and Viewpoint, which are 2 of the things that I admire most about Card's writing, is the way that he is able to develop his characters and then flip between viewpoints within the same sentence almost, more often than not. The next one is How to Write Science Fiction and Fantasy, which is what he has written for almost all of his life. He would be the person that I would want to learn from. I'll make like a college course for myself studying his methods and his works. The other one is called Pastwatch, The Redemption of Christopher Columbus. I don't know. It sounded really interesting. I think I got this at Barnes & Noble. So obviously I just went off the back. It's like an alternative history. It looks like there's time travel. And if things had gone differently for Christopher Columbus, how the genocides in the early Americas could have been avoided. So it just sounded really interesting. This is one I meant to read last year. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Did I buy this because I love the Vlog Brothers? Yes. This is not a young adult fiction like John Green. This is more adult fiction. I've only heard amazing things about it, and I really want to read it. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I love World War II fiction. I have a feeling this is going to be a sad book. I mean, of course, it's about Auschwitz, so yeah, it's going to be sad. But this is a bestseller, raving reviews. This is by Heather Morris. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I think I saw the movie adaptation. Again, I've only ever heard good things about it. It's a classic. I'm excited to look into this one. I watched my husband play this video game on the PS4, and there's a novelization of the game. And I really enjoyed watching him play the game. I thought the game had a great storyline. So when I saw that there was a novelization of it, I knew I had to have it. And that is God of War. This is by J.R.R. Barlog. I know very little about God of War. I know that the newest game is later in Kratos' life. He's had this whole other past life that I don't know anything about really, except for that he killed a bunch of gods. And then this is his son, boy. I don't know the kid's name. What's the boy's name? Atreus. He just calls him boy throughout the entire game. So he is dad of boy. I love the book adaptation of the Halo series, so I have a feeling I'm going to like this one too. I meant to read this forever ago, and that is The Circle by Dave Eggers. Saw the movie, loved it. I thought the movie was awesome. So I bought this like the day after I saw the movie in theaters. So I've had this sitting on my shelf for a really long time. I hope to get to it this year. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Again, I've really heard wonderful things about it. It has been turned into a movie, which I have not seen. I mean, from the trailer that I saw, it sounds like she witnesses her best friend gets shot by a police officer. And this is just the aftermath of that. I got this at Costco. Costco is a great place to find books, by the way. This is the series of To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. There are 3. I don't really know anything about this, except that a lot of people really liked the Netflix adaptation of it, but it sounded nice. And anytime I ask Devin to buy me books, he does. I feel bad. I do. I'm like, oh, I want this one, but I also want this one. Can I have both? I know I shouldn't get both. And he's like, just get both. Whatever. Another one I got at Costco is the Mortal Engines series. This is by Philip Reeve. I believe it's being turned into a movie. I know just a tiny bit about this series. Looks like there are 4 main books. I don't know how the series works or if I have all of them, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on that. Bridge of Clay by Markus Zusak. He wrote The Book Thief, and I loved The Book Thief. It took me a little bit to get into The Book Thief, but once I was into it, I couldn't put it down, and I'm pretty sure I cried. And it was one of my favorite books, I believe, of 2017. So I wanted to check out his new one. So this came out last year. Pretty new. I got it at Barnes & Noble. I loved his writing style, so I'm interested to see what this is all about, because I have no idea. The last one was a recommendation from Emma Books. She's one of the main booktubers that I watch. I mean, she's one of the first ones I discovered within the past several weeks, so I have been watching her videos a lot. It's called The Way I Used to Be. It's about a girl who is raped by her brother's best friend, and she keeps it a secret from everyone. And it's about just the aftermath for her going into high school. It's separated into freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. How she handles the trauma and how it impacts her friends and her family. It sounds like a book that I'm going to be able to relate to. And I love the cover. I think the cover's beautiful. So that's 26 books. I would like to read Ready Player One, but I lent my copy to my mom, so she has that. I don't know if she's ever actually going to get around to reading it. She's very busy. I do have some books for my Kindle, for my Kindle library. I want to read Mein Kampf. I bought it for 99 cents. And then there's always classic literature that has audiobooks to it, and I've been enjoying listening to audiobooks while I am at work in the mornings before we open, so that is helping me get through books as well. Right now our total stands at 27 new books, because it is almost guaranteed that I'm going to reread Ender's Game and Twilight. I'm currently reading Harry Potter. That'll add a ton to my grand total by the end of the year. Do you guys have any recommendations? Anything I should look out for? Anything that's up and coming? Whatever. What's your favorite book? I thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will be able to get through these books. Not going to school has definitely increased my personal reading time, which I really like. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel before you go for more bookish content. Give us a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I keep thinking Mortal Instruments because Emma Books, she talks about that one a lot, and I got them mixed up. No! All these pages are goopy. No. Gluey, gluey, glue. I love books.